Hey guys, what's up? This is Matthew Davis Media once again. And yeah, it's been a couple years since I did my last Blu-ray collection video. And for the past few years, I have been collecting a lot more Blu-rays. So why not? I'll do another video collection, Blu-ray collection series since I gotten so many actually. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna be able to do this in one entire video because it's gonna take forever. Also, I don't really have the time to because I have stuff to do. So here's what I'm gonna do. Every time that I come to my mom's house, which will happen like at least once a week nowadays, or not nowadays, but right now I'm staying with my dad. I have to stay. But anyways, basically okay, so here's how I'm gonna put it. At least once a week, I'll be able to have a Blu-ray collection series. It's gonna take me a while to fully complete it, but I got all of them in alphabetical order, so I'm gonna go like A through B, then C through D, and then E through F. Basically, that's what I'm gonna start doing. Because I really do have a lot here. Because yeah, I've been doing this for like I want to say at least 4 years now, and now that I gotten so many more Blu-rays, I just want to show you guys what I got and what movies I own, and I do. In case you're still wondering, yes, I do review. I still review movies that are not in the theaters. So also now that I got editing software, it will be easier for me to do this. And now that I got a better microphone, it'll be easier. Then I won't have those headphones uh, dangling on my neck. Anyways, enough of the introduction. Let's get to it. Also, yes, I'm going to be using jump cuts because I'm not going to have time to take them off the shelves and put them back because that'll just take too long. But anyways, first we're starting off with the numbers first. So numbers through B first. Because I really like organizing. It's actually kind of hard for me to organize all my stuff in alphabetical order. Then I have to take a Blu-ray from behind and just. But anyways, you want to see the Blu-ray. So anyways, let's get to it. First off, this isn't really a movie. This is more of a collection of how to do 3D. I never actually watched it, but yeah, it's not really a movie. But this is 3D though. I never actually used this actually, but I really like 3D. I am still kind of into 3D, even though nobody really talks about or does 3D anymore. But I'm still gonna keep it and I'm still gonna show it because it is a Blu-ray. So, anyways, on to the movies now. 9. The only Criterion collection Blu-ray that I have is 12 Angry Men. Great movie. In fact, I think if I watch it the second time, it will be even better. 12 Years a Slave. Alright, here's a funny thing about this one. 21. I just got the regular Blu-ray disc in like a paper thing. I thought it was 21 Jump Street, but I miscounted it, and it was actually 21. And I never actually watched this movie because I didn't hear very good things about it, so that's why I never really watched it. Maybe I will watch it in the future because technically it wasn't used. I got it from 7-Eleven and one of those treasure things, but yeah. Speaking of 21 Jump Street, 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street, two great comedy movies, and yeah. What is this? 28 Days Later, one of my favorite zombie films. 28 Weeks Later, pretty underrated sequel, while definitely not as good as the first. I think Jeremy Renner is actually pretty good in this. Jeremy Renner was in this, right? Even though he wasn't in the movie that much, I thought for the most part, everybody does a good job in it. So yeah. What is this? This is another Blu-ray I haven't watched yet. 30 Days of Night. It was a movie that I actually did want to find out because I wanted to see what the concept would be like. Actually, I don't know I don't know the entire story behind this, but a lot of these Blu-rays I actually haven't watched yet. So, but yeah, the 40-Year-Old Virgin, very funny Steve Carell film. 50/50. I love this movie. I reviewed this movie on my channel. I think it's one of the best comedies of the decade, or drama comedy-ish film. But yeah, I think it's an excellent movie. Another excellent movie, 127 Hours. This movie has actually become pretty iconic in terms of the 2010 decade, because, being about a man stuck between a rock and a hard place, and the only way to get himself out is by cutting his arm off. Yeah, it's pretty tense, but all in all, it's an excellent movie. I think it's one of James Franco's best. 300. Yeah. I don't have the sequel. Because I didn't really hear great things about it. 500 Days of Summer. Really fun romantic comedy film. 1408. Now, when I first watched this movie, I didn't really care for it. But, I got the Blu-ray of it when I still thought it was alright. I figured if I watched it again, it would be better the second time, and, well, it was better the second time. I watched it just before It came out. So, yeah, that was really cool. 2001: A Space Odyssey. I actually, last year, I saw the IMAX showing of the film, and it's by far one of the best theatrical experiences of my entire life. There was actually an intermission, where the movie takes a break so you could use the bathroom. I did not use the bathroom, so yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, jump cup time. All right, now we go on to the A's. First off, The Adventures of Tintin. My brother got pissed one time, and so he kicked the Blu-ray, and he broke the case. But the Blu-ray still works. So, hey, that was a miracle right there. Which way do I put this? I think. Yeah, okay. Airplane, one of my all-time favorites, and one of my favorite comedies of all time. Akira, probably one of my favorite animated films of all time. I love this movie. I think it's so gorgeous, and it totally holds up to this day. And yes, I do watch anime. I've started getting into the anime series genre, but because I'm a movie person, I wanted to watch Japanese animation, and I think it absolutely looks amazing for a film that's not Studio Ghibli, because that's usually my type of anime, is the films by Studio Ghibli. This is probably my favorite animated non-Pixar Disney movie of all time, Aladdin. This is the digibook from Target, and I lost the back for it, but hey, it still looks really cool. There are some guilty pleasures I have, and this is one of them. Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland. I didn't think this film was that bad, although I thought the sequel, Through the Looking Glass, was pretty bad, so I do not own that film. But yeah, I didn't mind it. I like the visuals. I like how pretty creepy it is, and for a PG film, they certainly get away with a lot. Actually, it's not a perfect movie, but I didn't mind it. The Alien franchise. This is I want to say the first box set. It looks super cool. And I also have Alien Covenant, even though not a lot of people like this movie. In fact, it was certified fresh on Rotten Tomatoes, but now it dropped to 67 or 66 now, which is kind of sad. But, I didn't think this film was that bad. There were some stuff that I would have liked to have seen, like better characters, but all in all, it wasn't bad. Alright. Okay. The Amazing Spider-Man. And please do not kill me for this, but Amazing Spider-Man 2. I do not love these movies, okay? I do think they're kind of cheesy a little bit. And kind of sometimes a little bit stupid, but all in all, I don't mind them. They're not terrible. The second movie is not my least favorite Spider-Man film. That would have to go to the third film, but I can say that the first movie's better, but the second movie, I don't know. I own it on Blu-ray. I never used it, so maybe I just want to own all the Spider-Man films since I am a big fan of Spider-Man. American Beauty. I know everybody hates Kevin Spacey now. I probably do hate him as a person, but I'm still not gonna deny he was in some pretty damn good movies, and I'm not gonna lie. This definitely was a great film, despite Kevin Spacey being kind of a pedophile in this. But all in all, I thought this was a very excellent film. What is this? Ooh, American History X. Very tense, very dramatic, and kind of disturbing, pretty much. American Hustle. I don't know much from this film, but I feel like I need to watch this movie again. I could say great cast. Yeah. Ooh, American Pie. American Pie. So such a crazy film. American Psycho. Actually, when I first watched this film, I did not like it. In fact, I was about to do a movie rant on this movie, but I decided no. You know what? I'm not gonna do it. So, a couple years later, I decided to rewatch it, and you know what? This movie's great. It's that's why I own it on Blu-ray now, because this movie really is actually pretty good. I think Christian Bale is great in this movie, not as good as in the Dark Knight trilogy, obviously, but I think it's terrific actually. American Sniper. Yeah, you probably don't remember this movie, but I think this is a pretty solid Clint Eastwood film. I do have some issues with it, but for the most part, I think this is a pretty solid film. An American Werewolf in London. This is a really nice steelbook. Beware the Moon. Yeah. And the Amityville Horror. The original. Alright, and yeah, I actually do own the Amityville Horror remake on Blu-ray. I don't hate this film. In fact, the performances really aren't that good, but, this isn't the worst remake ever. It's just, I just own it because I really enjoyed the first movie, but, this film, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. Anaconda. I don't actually know why I own this Blu-ray, maybe because, I think it might be because of how stupid this movie is. I mean, PG-13, Jennifer Lopez, and Ice Cube. It's definitely not scary at all for a horror film about an anaconda. Yeah, I think that's why I own it, because this is a pretty stupid movie. Anastasia. I never watched a lot of Don Bluth's films. I remember, in fact, I don't think I ever saw Secret of Nim. I do remember Land Before Time and An American Tale, and this film. It's great to see Don Bluth made a good film after A Troll in Central Park. That movie was, ugh. Anchorman and Anchorman 2. I did not watch the R-rated version or the unrated version of Anchorman 2, but this is by far one of the funniest movies out there, and by far one of Will Ferrell's best films, and most memorable performances. I mean, 763 jokes in an R-rated movie that was originally PG-13. That's crazy. The Angry Video Game Nerd movie. So, yeah, this movie is cheesy, but you know what? It was meant to be, because it's about the Angry Video Game Nerd. It's an indie film. There is not a big budget, so, it's supposed to be. It's about where the nerd is forced to review E.T. finally. But as a fan of the AVGN, I could say this movie was pretty fun. Annihilation, one of my favorite films of last year. I think this is an absolute fantastic experience. Both great and both on and off the big screen. All right, Ant-Man and Ant-Man and the Wasp. And yes, I shouldn't mention you're going to see 4K Blu-rays also. Apocalypse Now. What more can I say? One of the best war films ever made. Apollo 13 with the pop out art. I do have a couple of these too. All right, Argo. Great movie by Ben Affleck. There were a few films that I enjoyed more in 2012, but Argo, I can say, for the most part, it's good that it won Best Picture. I would have liked to see at least Django Unchained. Yeah. Arrival. Phenomenal movie. Again, another great theatrical experience. The artist, I did not know much about the artist, but I think this is a very smart film, actually. Basically paying a tribute to silent films of the old times, because all movies just involve talking now. It's a shame that this series had to end on a cliffhanger, but hopefully we can see a good end to the series in another movie. Ash vs. Evil Dead, Season 1, 2, and 3. Really fun show. It's just as good as the movies, in my opinion. I mean, Bruce Campbell is really awesome and great as ever in the series. Alright, and last of the A films, The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Pretty stupidly long title, but all in all, it's pretty good. Pretty good. The Austin Powers Trilogy. Yeah. I just had to do that. I just had to. The Autopsy of Jane Doe. I was really surprised, and no, I do not have this upside down. Now it's upside down. But I was really surprised because I didn't know anything about it. But man, this was a really. Avatar. I know nobody likes this movie anymore, but I still enjoy it. And yeah, it's a shame that even though this is a Blu-ray 3D and even though this is Avatar, there are no special features on it. So I might have made a poor decision since nobody of getting this instead of the collector's edition. But you know what? It's still great. I'm not gonna lie, I still really enjoy it. Avatar: The Complete Series, one of my most recent Blu-rays that I got. I love the series. I think this is one of the best, probably one of the best cartoons ever made. Definitely one of the best Nickelodeon shows. And yeah, let's not talk about that movie that happened. But yeah, amazing show. And of course, how could I not have these? The Avengers Trilogy. The first film was one of the best theatrical experiences of my life. Age of Ultron, it wasn't as good, but I enjoyed it. And Infinity War, definitely a lot better than the second film. Alrighty then, now on to the B's. Baby Driver, favorite film of 2017. The Babadook. Ooh. Probably one of my favorite slipcovers on a Blu-ray. The Back to the Future trilogy, the old version. Yeah, I don't really see this anywhere anymore. It might be hard to find now. Probably not, but yeah, the original set for the Back to the Future trilogy. I'm not a fan of Michael Bay, but I heard these were one of his only good films. or one of his best or least worst Michael Bay films. Films. Just Bad Boys and Bad Boys 2. I haven't actually watched any of these films actually. So, but yeah, I'm probably gonna need to soon because there's a third film on the way. Bad Santa. One of my favorite R-rated Christmas movies. Batteries not included. This is another movie I haven't watched yet, but since it's Spielberg, I really do need to watch it. Even though I've heard kind of mixed things about it, but yeah, Batman and Batman Returns. I do not have those other two movies. Beauty and the Beast, the original. This is another digibook from Target that I actually got for my 16th birthday, actually. Yeah. Alright, Beetlejuice, Sleepy Hollow, Corpse Bride, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, all in one pack. Alright, Big with Tom Hanks. Big Hero 6. I really like this cover too. It's really nice. The Big Lebowski. Yeah. Now I'm just trying to rush through because this video is kind of long now. The Big Sick. Bird Box. Oh, I mean, a Birdman. Excuse me. Yes, I did mean to make that joke. The Birds. Ooh, Black Christmas, the original. The remake Blu-ray is really hard to find, but that's okay because I heard that movie is garbage. Black Panther. Black Swan. Ooh, Blade, the only one I have. I actually forgot where I got that Blu-ray from. Was it Second and Charles, or maybe it was FYE? I don't know. Blade Runner. And of course, Blade Runner 2049. The Blair Witch Project. Oof. The Blind Side. My mom just loves this movie. Yeah. Bloodfather with Mel Gibson. Alright, Bolt. I actually did get this. Okay, just to show you proof. Yes. See, look. I did not bootleg this. No, this is the actual Blu-ray. I just got this at 7-Eleven, just like I did with 21 Jump Street. That's why the cover is really, really bad. Alright. The Book of Life. I only saw the last 30 minutes of this movie. Or 40. I don't know. I never watched the beginning of it. The Bourne Classified Collection. I don't have Jason Bourne, if you're wondering. The Boy. Yeah. I don't hate this movie, actually. I found it kind of interesting. It's definitely not a fantastic movie, but I don't know. I didn't think it wasn't that bad. Just being honest, it really wasn't. Boyhood. Amazing film. Boy in the Striped Pajamas. This is one of the saddest movies I've ever seen, but I will say Vera Farmiga is absolutely great in this. But I actually watched this when I was younger, and I did not know what it was about. But those last few minutes, just like, oh my god. Yeah, definitely not a film to watch every day. Boys in the Hood. That movie also has a pretty sad death. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, I did not know whether to put it in the B's or the D's, so I just put them in the the B, since it's not really a remake to the original Dracula. So I'm just calling it Bram Stoker's Dracula. When I say Dracula movies, I say there's Dracula and there's Bram Stoker's Dracula. So yeah, Brave. I do not love this movie. In fact, I don't really know why I have this Blu-ray, but you know, I don't hate this movie. It has a really good animation, and I think the protagonist is pretty likable, and you know, it was a lot more different than I thought it would be when I saw it in theaters. So yeah, it's not a bad watch. The Breakfast Club. Another one of these pop up art. I don't really know why it says pop out art, because they don't pop out, like it's not in 3D or anything. Bridesmaids. I actually really enjoyed this film. I thought it was hilarious. Buried, one of Ryan Reynolds' most dramatic roles. I actually haven't watched this one. I actually tried watching it, but for some reason it wouldn't play. Maybe I should try it on my Xbox. Maybe I might have used it on my PlayStation, or maybe I don't know. But I do want to try watching this film. If I don't, then I'll just get another copy. So yeah, that is it for the first few quarters of my Blu-ray collection. Stay tuned next week, and I'll hopefully be able to show more on my collection, because we're just getting started here. So there's definitely going to be a lot more. I just wanted to talk about some of the Blu-rays because I don't know, to make it more interesting. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I will have more videos out pretty soon. Now I gotta get to editing, because it's probably gonna take me a bit. But anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys later. Ward out.